I wonder whether that is going to be the criticism of the process of this rather than, of course, I think most people's sympathy for the news of what Kate is going through.
I think you're absolutely right. They're never going to win on this, and it's not a fair fight between, the obsessive media swarming around the world, the days when we had British media a bit more restrained, American media less restrained. All of that has collapsed with so-called social media. It's one great big swirling whirlpool of gossip and conversation. So they're never going to get this right. But I think they must have sat there over the last few weeks and seen these conspiracy theories about Kate, about her marriage. Did she really exist? And all the rest of it got more and more bizarre day by day by day. And they realized they had lost completely control of the story. I think this evening they've grabbed it back again. We'll see for how long, because quite rightly, they don't want to give details of the stage of cancer or when she discovered it or exactly what kind of cancer, or indeed the original abdominal surgery you mentioned. They don't want to talk about any of that. And we can understand it. But they will not stop people gossiping. They will not stop the speculation. And they won't enjoy every front page tomorrow.
Why do you think that has been broken now, that it is a kind of open season on the Royals? You would blame social media in the main, I think.
Certainly. I mean, the point is that she had as it were, mysterious illness, and then she vanished from public sight. And to a public already sensitized and geared up by all the extraordinary dramas they've seen on The Crown in television, they're ready to believe almost anything. And people are pumping out, quotes, royal experts, people who know what's going on, tap of the nose. All of that stuff is pouring out through social media into mainstream media. And it's an incredibly difficult thing to handle. In fact, it's probably impossible to handle. But I think, with the children now back from school and time to talk, the family to talk privately about what was going on, they realized something had to be done. And I think, as it were, the most dramatic aspect of this in terms of media handling, not that that's terribly important, Tom, but in terms of media handling, is the fact that she did it as a video. She's speaking in her own voice directly to us. That shows how determined they are to get their own voice back, to use a phrase.
And I wonder too about the criticism that the Prime Minister had of the media, essentially saying that they had a right to privacy and they were slightly mistreated and treated unfairly by certain sections of the press. I wonder who you think he's talking about.
I think he's talking about a chunk of the tabloid press who have been pursuing her. Some kind of deal was done with the Sun over that bit of footage of the two of them walking through a farmer's market near Windsor. Now, was there a deal done there? Had the footage been arranged, or was it simply a member of the public selling it to a local news agency who then sold it to the Sun? I don't know. But that will have irritated and upset the palace enormously. And also, of course, the snatched photograph of her in the car before that. But this goes back to that, you were alluding to it earlier on, that really ham-fisted attempt to manipulate a photograph on Mother's Day. That was a massive, massive media mistake. That opened the door to a lot of this. And today they're trying to close the door gently again. I'm afraid they will succeed.
Good to speak to you. Thanks for coming on. Andrew Marr.